Hey, Moses Lake Christian Church friends and family. I wanted to do a short video update here. Most of you are probably aware of Governor Inslee's most recent mandate as of yesterday to pretty much stay at home if we're not essential. So it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. The weird thing is when I've always kind of thought I was essential, but I didn't make the list. So as you can see, I'm sheltered up at home. I'm here in my home office. As a church staff, we had our meeting via Zoom today, so we did it a video conferencing, and we're just trying to pay attention to the social distancing and being attentive to what's going on around us. And we want to encourage you to do the same thing. And just to remind you again that we're not staying home and staying away from people out of fear, but so we can limit the exposure of this virus and seek the welfare of our city. And so we want to encourage you to do the same. In the meantime, we want to think about how to walk this out. I'm here in my home office, and you can see over my shoulder, there's a picture on the wall. I love this picture. And if you can see the picture very well, you can see that it's a tree, and it's kind of fall winter time. And the thing about this picture that I love is that depending on what angle you look at it from, it looks totally different. Sometimes it looks like it's a tree in spring, and sometimes it looks like a tree in summer, and sometimes it looks like a tree in fall, and sometimes it looks like a tree in winter. And I love it because it reminds me of the seasons of life that we get to experience here in the Columbia Basin, but also the seasons of life that we experience. And this is a season. This isn't forever. We're not going to be stuck in this situation forever, and God has got us in this. And so just remember, we can do lots of things for a season. I want to encourage you just to recognize that this is a time that we're going to be walking through. In the meantime, even though we're not in the office every day, we are stopping by, we're checking the mail, we're checking email, we're checking the phone messages routinely. So you can reach out to us via email at info@mlcc.us, and Dana's monitoring that all the time. You can leave a message at the office phone, which is 509-766-1581, and we can get those messages from home. And we're just aware of the fact that for some of you, for some people around our neighborhoods, sheltering in place means that you're isolated and you're alone, and you're maybe going through some struggles with fear. And but we just want you to know, first, that we're praying for you. I was reminded the other day of a story that I heard a couple of years back, but there was a little boy, and when his dad would put him in bed at night, as soon as the lights would go out, he would be afraid. He would call for his dad, and his dad would come, and he would say, "What is it, son?" And he would say, I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of something happening. And the dad would say, "Remember that God's with you." And then he would shut off the lights and go back to bed. And the son would call out again, and he would go back, and the dad would say, "Don't forget that God is with you." And he'd turn the lights out and go back to bed. And about the fourth time, Dad said, "Son, don't you know that God's always with you?" And the boy said, "Dad, I know that God's always with me, but sometimes I just need someone with skin on." And that's really true, isn't it? I mean, we're praying for you. We're praying for each other. But sometimes you need just somebody to talk to. And so I just want to encourage you. What can you do in the meantime? How are you going to live out these days? What are you going to do with your time? One thing I want to encourage you to do is call someone. Pick up your phone and call someone. Don't wait for someone to call you. If you feel lonely, you feel afraid, or you just need to talk to someone, reach out. We want to be available to you as a staff, elders, but you're available to each other as well. So check on your friends. Think of somebody who might need a call today, and give them a call. Don't forget, we belong to each other. It's important that we stay connected. And I want to boldly say to you, in this time of just this interesting time of being separated, don't spend 24 hours a day watching a play-by-play of what's going on Fox News or CNN. It's good to stay informed, and we don't want to be ignorant, but just remember that news agencies have a vested financial interest in you tuning in, and so they just keep playing the same old things over and over again. Remember what Paul said to the church in Philippians chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. He says this, summing it all up, friends, reading it to you from the Message. "I'd say you'll do your best by filling your minds and meditating on things true, noble, reputable, authentic, compelling, gracious, the best and not the worst, the beautiful, not the ugly, things to praise, not things to curse. Put into practice what you learned from me and what you heard and saw and realized. Do that, and God, who makes everything work together, will work you into his most excellent harmonies." And so turn to Scripture, turn to prayer, turn to phone conversations with a friend. Turn to seasons of Seinfeld or Friends or IT Crowd on Netflix. Even that's better than just consuming the news. Turn your social media page into a place of encouragement. Look for ways to encourage others through social media. Remember, you can go for a walk. You can go out and get some fresh air. Maybe go out and discover some new territory on a walk. You need to stay away from people, but you also need air, and you need to breathe and see some sunshine and get some vitamin D. So be attentive to social distancing, but don't forget that getting out and getting some air is a good thing to do. You can stay in touch with us, and we're working as hard as we can to stay in touch with you through the church website at mlcc.us. You can keep up with us on the church app on your phone if you have it, or you can tune into our YouTube channel. We have stuff up there. Our Facebook page, our Instagram page. Our staff is doing a great job of keeping that all updated. I really am grateful for the work that they're doing. Just remember, we want to stay in touch, and we want to walk this all out together. And we just trust that God will be with us. And so just let me leave you with these words as, may the God of peace fill you up with all the goodness and peace and rest that you can hold. May you find his peace that passes understanding, his power perfected in your weakness, and his heart for you, which is abundant life. May you find him in this forced silence. And if you need someone with skin on, may you have the courage to reach out and talk to others, or reach out to others who may need someone else to talk to. We're living in an extraordinary time. May God fill you with extraordinary strength and peace, and might the strength and peace that he gives you spill out into the lives of those around you as you engage in authentic, life-giving relationships, even in the midst of social distancing. God bless you.